getting ready to bring you another the slider side. 67 laps. This is the roll on the dice 100 at Las Vegas. And sole commentator. However, in the booth with me tonight, I have Nick, 2019 champ, going to be an in-race reporter tonight. Also, I'm going to have second place in points, Tiller, 1227. Not much better of a starting position as he's going to be starting in 20th. Luckily for both of them, I still have to back out as the race timer gets ready to go, so they're both going to move up one position. JCR JWoww is back. Race winner for the custom side starts on the pole with a 30.5. His teammate and friend, JCR Clashin, is going to start outside pole in that number 51 Toyota. You're seeing a bunch of drivers here that did not even qualify here yet tonight. So McLovin, Sanity, BS14, and Dank Booty Flake. So this should be a pretty good one. I'm going to go with you first, Nick. What are you looking at as being the momentum and the keys to victory here tonight?
Well, my thing is tonight, I hope that, drifting on, 23rd is not that bad. It's like 5 spots to the back, which I think being towards the back is a good idea. For me personally, because I don't want to be up towards maybe the top 10 or top 5, because that's where probably some of where the wrecks are going to happen. And I don't know where I'm at, but sticking probably towards the back, like I said, will maybe help out going to towards the back of the field and going to all those wrecks.
All right, so Nick's idea is don't be up front, and you have a better chance at winning without being up front. Tiller, I'm going to go over to you, buddy. Right, so second in points entering this race. Wasted starts 8th. You're going to start 20th minus. When I back out, you'll start 9th. Over the points lead.
Well, I really didn't have a good qualifying effort there, so I'm going to be muddled back in the back here to start with. So really, my keys are just to be patient. Just be patient and hopefully keep the car under me on the long run. It tends to get really loose here. So it should be interesting.
So you're trying to do the exact opposite of what happened in the custom race and actually stay off the wall and stay off of spinning out. We're about 1 minute away. Well, actually, timer's going to start now. So we're Viva Las Vegas 100 for the C Slider group, as these guys are nearing the end of the season. Top 12 in points advancing, but the battle right now is actually for the points lead, as Wasted and Tiller week after week swapping back and forth on who's in first and who's in second.
Make sure you're back out there, Daddy.
I got it. I wait till 1 second left every time. Lets me know when to join back without having to ask anybody.
You can join. We're in the where it has a wheel or something.
Yeah. Oh, I'm already in there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Quinn Hudson and Paw Bear out there. Not sure what Quinn Hudson is saying or if that's English. Paw Bear out there saying good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in, Paw Bear. Really miss you seeing you on track. Hopefully in the near future we get you back out here with the GC Sports Racing League. Dan Kate there on YouTube land saying, hey you guys, thanks for tuning in, buddy. But I feel like you should be more focused on the race at hand in front of you. Getting ready to go green here. We have 27 drivers, I believe. JCR JWoww in this ugly number 24 Chevy, the 51 JCR Clashin, and the 14 Bad For You Racing in that number 4, 16, and Guardian, he's in 4th. That is one of Tiller's buddies. And 5th place was, I believe that to be Light 903 Wheels in that custom paint scheme there. Running in 5th. The race is underway. JWoww leading them into turns 1 and 2. clashing on the outside. Bad for you now going to try to make a move on the inside and get by both these guys that go into 3 and 4. The number 1 car who's running like 5th or 6th right there just spun out.
Big wreck, Tag, and big wreck.
Yeah, when you're running in 5th or 6th place like that, it is going to cause you to take out 90% of the field. So the number 1, that is old Johnny Boy. I don't know what happened to cause that incident, but I do know that that is not what you want to see. And again, we're talking about captains trying to draft these people and looking forward to the future of GC Sports, and taking yourself out as well as half the field on the opening lap of a race is definitely in YouTube land. The only person in GC that I don't want to have a meet and greet with is joining us in YouTube. So again, Fire Slayer, thanks for tuning in. We're riding along here with the Guardian, number 16. He's running in the top 5. He's week in, week out, one of the top 5 drivers. Again, that's one of Tiller's buddies. Not sure how many laps are left, but I'm assuming we're only like 3-4 laps in this, so probably still 64 65 laps left, as JCRJ Wow, who is our custom setup race winner, taking the lead. However, his teammate JCR clashing on the outside now, looking like he's going to J Wow, still your race leader, clashing on the outside. Bad for you on the inside. Guardian, Robbie Racing, and Light 903 Wheel Up. Those are your top 6 as they race down the backstretch, 2x2x2, 3 rows deep. Scratch that, 3 wide now for the race lead. JWoww actually looks like he's going to get up and get into the side of that 51 and clash it. Oof, there's a lot going on right here. Team Cook, thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Sorry, bud.
I feel like you need to change your name to the coach, even on YouTube there, bud. Excuse me for just a second. My dog's annoying the shit out of me because she wants to go outside. All right. Race leader JWoww has cleared the 14 of Bad for you. Guardian still on the inside. Inside's going to be a harder position to pass from here in the slider side. Robbie Racing in that custom number 23 going to the outside of Guardian. Bad for you is able to take P2. Looked like Robbie caught the wall there. Guardian now is going to take P3. Apparently it was Clashing that caught the wall, as he's moving backwards in the preferred lane here in the slider group. You have Light 903 Wheel Up. He's moving up. The 20 that is Wasted, he's moving up now. The one of Johnny Boy, we talked about what happened to him. Pro 75 and the 88, he's moving his way forward. The 3 car, not sure who that is, but the 22 of Blaney, he's making his way forward. The 3 is Travis Tyson. I did not expect to see him at the front of a race, but Travis Tyson running well right now in that Dow number 3 Chevy Camaro. So these guys all running pretty good. That's about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 drivers up there
what
still in our lead pack.
Whoa, 47. Deal with, bud. Come on. Pick a lane, go, bud. I'm trying to go somewhere. And you... Okay. Yep. Good job, bud.
Hey, we're not going to badmouth drivers while in the broadcast.
No,
it's not going to happen. It's unacceptable.
Gotcha.
You're hearing from Nick, 2019 champ in the number 8 cars. He's racing with first night return in almost a year and a half. The 47 driver of Sanity Outlaw, yet to be on console in about a year's worth of racing, making his return. Still trying to do well here. He is a past champion in the GC Sports Racing League, so good battling. But of course, when you take a year and a half away from racing, that is simply what's going to happen. You're going to kind of miss a little bit of entry here and there. Kind of giving you guys a little bit of scroll through the field, but JCRJ, wow, he's starting to pull away. Let's see, Tiller, you're in the 6 car.
I mean, go ahead, so.
You're riding around, I'm not sure. The 77's 10 Titan, don't know who that custom car is.
I'm not sure.
82, I'm assuming NASCAR 82
Sorry,
FK.
Johnny. My bad, bud.
Pretty good racing throughout. Not seeing the big wrecks that we've seen in the custom, but a big difference between the custom and the sliders here is without the custom setups, the cars are not nearly as loose as they are in the custom side. As actually here at Las Vegas, the cars tend to be more tight than loose. Pawbear out there, he's cheering for the one and only British driver here, Robbie Racing, one of our fan favorites, of course. Lack of talent, but still one of the fan favorites. Of course, anybody that knows my relationship with Robbie knows I'm kidding. Robbie, good friend of mine, definitely expect to see him in the top 5. And as I say that, he's battling for 3rd right now with Bad For You Racing. His Guardian now has taken P2 Robbie P3, Bad For You in 4th, and somebody else in 5th. Light 903 in 5th, but he's trying to get into 4th as he's got Blaney, another one of those field up drivers running, sitting there P5 and P6 right now as these guys are trying to move their way forward. Guardian being the front-running field up motorsports driver in P2, as he actually seems to have a little bit of contention there for JCR JWoww. He got to P2. JWoww had about a second lead. Looks like the 16 and the 23 of Robbie, these guys have closed that gap, and they're within, looks like about 2 to 3 tenths. What?
Austin blacked out.
All right, so we have lost our first driver of the night. Former driver of the Misfits Racing League, top contender. A little concerned that he was driving on a Titan, so the league had decided to release him. He was brought over here to GC Sports, where he's averaging about a 16th place finish, still trying to run well. Unfortunately, this seems to be his issue week in and week out, is his internet connection. Denkate looks like he's running a little off pace. 18, that's like Mike. Hellraiser back here, not sure what happened. Looks like he was involved in an accident. Gonna try to get back up front to our race leaders. Nick looks like he is lagged out here in the number 8 car. Is that accurate, Nick? Did you lag out?
Yep.
All right. Well, you have more invites if you wanted to get back in.
Yeah, well, I'll see you on tomorrow.
All right. Well, I'll catch you later then, buddy. All right, so the guy that openly claimed that he would be joining me for the broadcast if he lagged out tonight, lagged out and decided not to join for the broadcast. So we're going to watch the race leader, JWoww, as he battles with the Guardian and Robbie Racing. These guys pulling out tremendously over P4, P5, P6, P7, and P8, as it looks like they have about a second to, I'm going to say actually that's about a second lead. These three, again, 2 stops is mandated tonight. I don't know if they're going to work together, if they're going to race it out, but if it's me right now, you've yet to make your first stop, I would go ahead and just work together, run nose to tail, stretch out this lead, make it a 3-4 second lead if possible, and realistically you're just going to make it down to just the 3 of you on who's going to win this race. But I know the battle for 4th is picking up as Bad For You racing with the lights of the 88 Pro 75, 20 a Wasted Points leader, 22 of Blaney, 3 of 51 of Clashing, 93 of Light 903 Wheels. Wheel Up, gonna try to catch the 3 car again. That is, oh yeah, Travis Tyson. Again, not to say it's a shocker to see him up front, but I'm shocked. Taylor, how's the car feeling? Are you waiting for being able to make an adjustment, or are you feeling pretty good right now?
I'm definitely waiting for an adjustment, Teddy, but the car feels pretty good. I'm just being really patient here, kind of watching guys slip back as the run goes and moving my way forward.
Yeah, I got to be honest, when you start P20 or after I backed out, you should start at P19, but you have 18 cars you're going to try to pass, and in a race with this with no cautions, you really got to give way, because it's really easy to be involved in somebody else's mistake, and so Tiller, he's fighting from the back. He's trying to do what he can, and unfortunately, you know, bad qualifying position can cause a lot of problems, as you're seeing him pass 10 Titan right now. 10 Titan, that stands for Tennessee Titans, who've been eliminated from the playoffs in real life in football. He's hoping he doesn't eliminate himself from contention of advancing here in that number 77 machine, as he gets loose on exit and collects the 41 car of somebody. I think it was plays official in the 41.
Plays officials in that 41.
Again, bear with me, guys. I was supposed to have been here every week. Hasn't happened. Haven't been the broadcast team every single race this season, so I tend to still get confused on who's who. 18 was somebody. Yeah, like Mike. There we go. I knew I'd get to it. All on my own eventually. Up front, we have JWoww still in front of Guardian, still in front of Robbie. These three do seem to be working together and stretching out the league. I'm not sure why I'm seeing what I'm seeing, but Wasted now in P4 with Robbie, not with Robbie, with Flight 903, with Bad For You Racing, with Blaney, that second group. I'm still seeing them race side by side. Clashing's back there, Pro 75's back there. There's 5 cars, and I don't know what you guys at home know about the draft in racing. The more cars you have, the faster you'll go. So there's 5 cars back there losing ground to the race leaders going side by side. If they would simply line up those 5 cars, can almost guarantee you they'd be catching these top 3. As I say that, Robbie Racing now going to go to the outside of the 16 of Guardian. I don't know if he's ready to push the issue and try to make his way to the front and lead a couple laps, or if there was maybe a miscue there on the 16 machine. But either way, Robbie's going to back off. He's going to fall back in line behind the 16 of Guardian. No surprise here. All of these drivers at the top, JWoww, Robbie, Guardian, the 3 premier drivers, clashing. Bad for you, Blaney. I mean, Wasted. I'm not seeing anybody else inside the top 10 that I'm really shocked or surprised to see, except maybe Travis Tyson. That one's a little surprising. I say that Travis Tyson holds his own here in this type of racing with the no cautions and the survival of the fittest mode. But I know the one driver that's hating seeing everything that's happening is Tiller. Started this race outside, or second in points, needing to gain some ground on the 20. Again, we talked about he qualified P19 and Wasted qualified top 10, so Tiller needed to make a lot of passes. Unfortunately, as the field spreads out and Wasted's able to extend his lead and run here in the 4th position, that's going to benefit him, as Tiller now has to not only pass the cars he's racing, but as Bad Few gets loose and collects Blaney. In the meantime, Blaney's going to hold on to it. Good save by that 22 Pennzoil Ford Mustang of Blaney. But yeah, so as Wasted keeps running laps here, he's going to start spreading this out, as Tiller's going to not only have to pass other cars, but on top of that, he's going to have to make up ground. As Tiller looks like he got hit in the rear end trying to pit, he's going to spin out. The 82 of NASCAR 82 FK looks like he caught his bumper.
Signal. That signal coming off at 2, Teddy.
Yeah, I seen the signaling, and I seen the 82 of NASCAR FK just completely car ramrod you entering that corner, and that's unfortunate. But this is the reason Tiller is second in points, is he's going to overcome to the best of his ability. He's going to go out there, run some laps, and do what he can. Tiller, did you get a penalty on that, though? Did you get a pit road speed penalty?
No, luckily I did get it slowed down in time, but it still didn't.
It's not going to benefit you by any means, right? Like, yeah, it's going to cost you some time for sure. Looks like Guardian pit, so we have JWoww and Robbie Racing still are P1 and P2. Also, I'm starting to notice out in the YouTube land a lot of fake people, and you guys will be removed and deleted from our stuff, just so we're clear. And that is now 2 races in, and I've blocked 2 people from our YouTube. Also, I want to post that or mention the fact that we've had quite a few viewers. We started with 590 viewers tonight for the GC Sports Racing League, this new deal. We're at 595, so we've gotten 5 new viewers today. A little surprised. We had about 30 to 35 viewers on the new YouTube that were not on the old one, that should be here, but they're still not. Francis Smith, aka NASCAR 82 out there on YouTube, said, "That's my bad, Tiller. Sorry, I was racing McLovin." So he'd seen you signal, but he was racing side by side. So that was the honest mistake, I guess, there.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, still unacceptable. You see somebody signal, even if you're on the inside side by side, you got to push that guy up a little bit and make sure that you're not taking out the other people. Luckily, we don't raise damage here in the C group, or else that would really be a hurtful incident for both you and NASCAR.
Yep, for sure.
We got 10 live viewers right now. Can't say that I'm disappointed. That's actually pretty good. Good job tuning in, guys. This is for all of GC Sports. You guys want to be noticed out there and have some live views while you're racing. The 21 of Dank Booty Flakes. But yeah, if you guys want to be noticed out there in YouTube land, the best way to do so is you guys tune in for each other's races, and the other guys will start tuning in for yours. That's kind of one hand feeds the other. We do this broadcast for you guys. I promise you, it's not just for me to sit here and lose my voice. Let me reiterate, GC Sports, we incorporate other leagues. We support other leagues tomorrow night. Fueled Up Motorsports, Tiller is one of the CEOs or one of the owners of Fueled Up Motorsports. They will be going green flag for their first race of the season tomorrow night. I'm a part of that, as well as, of course, we have our B Slider group going green flag tomorrow night for their race. Ooh, 47 Grim misses pit road, goes flying up the track, hits the outside wall, nose front. We have Cobra Kai Racing. They will be returning to action this coming Friday at Pocono as those drivers get ready to make their push towards the playoffs. Misfits Racing League will be racing the next 4 nights between their All 3 Series, Cup Series, Truck Series, and Xfinity Series. Lots of racing going on this coming week with leagues. Jose Protege out there, thanks for tuning in, bud. Means a lot to see you guys out there in YouTube land, but let everybody know, guys, we're not just here for us. We're here to vouch for not just GC Sports, but all the leagues out there that want to reach out. And I've personally run with, and I know that they're pretty good leagues. Invasion Racing League on iRacing, those guys are a good group of guys. Tune in and check everyone out. Thank you, Paul Bear. He said he loves the GC Sports. Can't say that I don't love them, but I might be slightly bipartial here. Is that the word? Tilly, what's that word? When you're like favored in one league over another?
Do what now?
What's that word for when you favor one league over another?
Oh, you're biased.
Yeah, biased, not bipartisan. I don't know why I said bipartisan. I'm just biased. Yep. But, I mean, I favor all those leagues that I just said. I've been a part of them. I know a lot of the drivers. Even if I don't race in them, I know a lot of the people. And, yeah, a bunch of good guys. And, again, GC Sports' goal from here moving out is not only for us as a community, but we want to build a community in whole. Really sick of the toxicity that you're seeing from league to league, as well as within one league. We're really all about building the community in whole, and that's why from here on out in the future, we're going to actually drop 2 nights of racing so that the drivers have an opportunity to be able to go elsewhere and race and build the community in whole. So I really got to give a big shout out to those guys. Jose, you're asking who's leading. You're watching the battle for the lead right now between Guardian and JCR JWoww. First set of pit stops has happened. They are mandated to stop 2 times. JCR JWoww is in the lead with Guardian in second, and that's Robbie, that custom number 23. Behind him is Robbie. Battle, however, for fourth, no, it's not. The 14 and 22 would be running 4th and 5th. That is Bad For You and Blaney. This would be your battle for 6th on back. All these drivers on the lead lap. And Jose, just so you know, that 3 car, that is Travis Tyson running in the top 10 here. Gonna give it a second while I have a quick twisted tea break and coat my throat with some liquids as I'm drying out a little bit. Now I'm slightly intrigued. Tiller, do you have the 88 possibly as the race leader?
Of the 24 is the race leader.
Alright, so I don't know what happened, but I know that the 88 of Pro 75 was battling within the top 5. He is now the last car on the lead lap as he is directly in front of a race leader of JWoww is back. Now I don't know if that's these laps are about 30 seconds long, right? If you get a speeding penalty on pit road, it'll cost you 15, so that's about half the track. So I don't know if the 88 possibly had a hard time entering pit road and got a speeding penalty or what happened, but he was battling within the top 5, and now here he is about to go a lap down after just 1 pit cycle. Again, I want to thank each and every one of our viewers. We did switch YouTubes today, so for some of these drivers, it is going to be like shock and awe trying to figure out where the racing is. But you go where the viewers are at. 600 viewers compared to 200 viewers. You can't blame a man for wanting to take back his old YouTube. And so here we are tonight on the old Giggity Racing League / Cringe Esports Racing League YouTube, as again, it's 3 times as many subscribers. So hard to say no to that. And it's been sitting idle for about a year and a half, so GC Sports has decided to take it back over. And here we are watching one heck of a battle. JCR, I actually believe one of the last Cringe races broadcast was a JCR driver winning the race. And here we are taking back over with GC Sports a year and a half later. And here we see a JCR driver leading the race after winning the last race that just happened in the C Custom Series. Out there in YouTube land, we have 8 live viewers. I'm probably one of them because I'm watching, but who we got as a fan favorite to win this race? And if you say JWoww, wow, way to go out on a stretch there with the guy that's got like a second lead. But yeah, Guardian, Robbie Racing, these guys are all looking really competitive. I think that they stayed out they pit a little too early, and that's what we're seeing as a difference. JWoww was a little further back, but he had the freshest tires, and you're able to see him pull away pretty easily, simply to me because he's got the freshest tires. So who you guys have as a fan favorite to win this race in second? When do you guys come to pit road? There's a 7-lap difference between the amount of laps you can go out there and the end of the race. So are you going to come to pit road early and try to make up the ground, or are you guys going to stretch the fuel? I think I might even try to split this second section in half, right? So 37 laps, I might go about 14 and 14 and try to split it in half, which is 14 and 14 is only 28. So I wouldn't do that. Maybe go like 18 laps at a time or something like that and split it up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
The 18, split it in half, and it's 18.
Yeah.
I feel like in my head, right, like that's better math, right? If you don't stretch it to 20, 25 laps, you never run those really slow laps. So it's really to each their own, you know. That's just my mentality. Paw Bear said he's still rooting for 2 out of it, so 25 drivers still on track. Caution free here tonight, mostly because we don't run cautions in the C group, but still caution free with 27 drivers on track. Taylor, you've been able to make adjustments now. Let me try to find your car on track here. But you've been able to make some adjustments. You had the issues entering pit road. Have you been able to make up some ground?
No, I lost so much ground on that incident going to pit road. I lost 9 positions, and I've stayed right here in the same spot since.
All right. Well, have you thought about going faster and passing some people?
I've thought about it. It just can't catch the draft. It's kind of hard to get to him.
Sorry, man. Yeah, and I'm noticing right behind you the Dirt Dog in the 66. He's on the corners. He's not really. You guys are running separate lines, so even though you guys have the draft on the straightaways, you're not really able to incorporate that in the corner. So you might be catching the 41 of plays there, but you guys aren't really working well enough as a tandem to make up ground. I don't know if I'm the 66. I don't know if he's trying to make a pass or he's just running his preferred line, but at some point you got to realize to just fall in line and run the line of the person in front of you just simply for that draft, so you guys start making up some ground. And Dirt Dog, again, he's one of those guys right on the bubble of making the advancement. He's sitting 12th in points, top 12 advance, of course, and he might be content, but I know when you're running with one of the top points leaders, you really need to follow and learn and utilize that draft. Out there in YouTube land, you guys still aren't talking, so I appreciate. Oh, Dirt Dog wrecking. Maybe I shouldn't have had it on him for so long. He's still wrecking. Looks like Ronnie Noggle in the number 32, ex-military veteran. I gotta say, kudos to this guy. I respect and I appreciate everything you've done for this country. About mid-pack drivers so far this season as far as finishes, but he's going to make his second stop in that number 32 machine. The number 1 of Old Johnny Boy, he's coming off pit road. 21 of Dang Booty Flakes, he's signaling. So second round of pit stop's going to be happening. I'm going to assume we're about 15 to 18 laps remaining.
We are 22 laps remaining.
All right, so my math is absolutely horrible. That's a little early for me if you're making stops right now with 20-something to go. Like I said, I might split it in half and go 18 and 18, but 20-something laps that's just not very good pit sequence right there.
No.
But again, right, so we talk about how this is the C group, right? And that's why next season we're going to have these guys get drafted by the upper series drivers as well. Everybody needs a little bit of assistance in learning. You know, Taylor, we talked about it in the C custom group. People in qualifying, they stay out the whole entire time and never pit, right? Unless you get a remarkable lap that you just want qualifying to end before somebody can beat it. There's not really any reason to not pit during qualifying when you have the opportunity to, right? You can pit with no fuel and fresher tires and get a faster lap. Kind of the same here. There's no reason to run 5 or 6 laps and then pit when you could have run 18 laps and only do 2 18s. Nate Line there, the 19 Hellraiser, sorry. He just got really, really loose on exit. I don't know if he was trying to signal or what happened there. come on, guys. Let's start making this YouTube active. Let's get some conversation pieces going. You guys got any questions, comments, something you want to talk about, a driver on track you want to see, ride a lap around with? Let me know what's going on. I'm doing this by myself. We're trying to do a broadcast. I got Tiller as an in-race reporter. He's focused on racing. Need a little help from the viewers at home. What do you guys want to see? What are some questions you have? Anything that you guys don't know about this track that maybe you want to see or know more information about, just let me know. Again, I'm not the best. I'm by far not the best driver in the game, but I do know Friday night I actually raced here at Las Vegas in the Cobra Kai Racing League. Qualified real bad, started like 20th, ended up with the victory. Got to come home victorious with my my teammate and driver as I'm a captain there. He finished P2, so my team Venom came home P1, P2. So questions, comments, concerns, shoot them. Let me help out the YouTube land here. Don't get to do this very often, but I am the broadcast group. We're going to ride along with Robbie Racing. He's one of our only driver from the UK. I like to do a giggity rev it up, right? But this is the GC Sports. We're still going to call it rev it up. So the GC rev it up, as next time Robbie comes to the start finish line, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to ride along with him, and I'm going to turn the volume up to the TV. I'm sitting about 2 foot from it. You guys are going to get to hear some throttle control as he's going through the corners now. I'm going to change view, give you a little hood cam once he gets to the line, and you guys will be able to hear a little bit of throttle and how to properly run this track here. As he's one of the best, as he's running P3 right now. So as he comes to line right now, we'll give you a lap around with Robbie Racing and the GC Rev It Up. Alright guys, that was the GC revved up. A few things about that lap actually. First, in turns 1 and 2, I really liked what Robbie did there. He run that middle line. There's some dotted lines throughout the corner, and he ran about, used his left sides and used that dotted line as his low groove in turn 1 and 2. What I didn't like is in 3 and 4 he stayed above that dotted line as well. Way to run this track is in turns 1 and 2 you want to run above that. Turns 3 and 4 you want to get your car as low to that apron as you can. That's really that's how you want to run it, you know. Dean Cook out there, he gives the rev it up an applause. Were you guys able to hear the throttle control? Like, did I turn that up well enough that you guys could actually hear it, or was it just kind of me taking a break? Again, feedback always welcome here. Hey, that was perfect, Paul. You said really impressed with Dirt Dog, and you wanted to see Robbie on the lap around. You got the lap around and the rev it up all together in one scenario. So, Tiller, sorry if that bothered you on the lap around. Wasn't trying to mess with you. Robbie in his pit road now. Did that sound pretty good on your end there, Tiller? Did it sound like a good racing rev it up?
Yeah, sorry, I've got.
Gonna try to find you. Maybe I should make sure you
go to pit road at the same time.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe I should make sure you're not in like the midst of a big ass battle or something before I start talking to you. But yeah, again, guys.
I think Guardian just got collected there.
Ooh.
Somehow.
Yeah, we tried to, right? So you want the best real life experience you can here. Real life, they do the. I can't use it because it's whatever, where they have the rights to it. But here at GC we have the GC revved up. We also own the rights to rack 'em and stack 'em. Went and actually got the copyright for 'em on the rack 'em and stack 'em, so we can use that. Unfortunately, here in the C group there's no cautions to rack 'em and stack 'em with. JCR JWOW should be our race leader still in this number 24. I believe he still has to come to pit road the second time, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
Yeah, he hasn't made his pit stop. He's coming now.
And we should be running about 12 laps remaining, yeah? Ballparkish. I will be returning real quick, guys.
I've got reports of Sanity Outlaw. We might need to watch him on stream, possibly.
And I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Teddy's back to call a race. Right, so that was probably the worst time for me to take a break because you guys just sat there with JWoww on pit road, so my bad. Robbie racing with the likes of BS14, JCR Clashing, McLovin. These guys are all up there. I don't know if they're JCR JWoww is still come out to a dominant lead. Is the 24 the race leader? Taylor?
Is that okay?
You got the 24's race leader?
Yes, that's correct. The 16 got took out by Sanity Outlaw there, as well as a few other guys.
Sanity Outlaw, again, I talked about him. He hasn't raced for about a year and a half here on console. He's gone straight to iRacing, making his debut back. He is a Truck Series past champion here with GC Sports. I say GC Sports. Technically, he's never won a GC Sports title, but he did win one with both Giggity and he won one with Cringe, so I call him a past champion. He's struggling here tonight. I can't say it's not expected. Whenever you take that long of a break, it's not like riding a bike. You don't just come back in and be one of the top drivers again. Also, some of the drivers that are in this series right now were in the top series, the Cup Series, while Graham was running in the Truck Series at the time. So that kind of shows the caliber that, you know, some of the top drivers of past are now in the lower series, while some of the top drivers of the past are struggling to even get a top 20 in our lower tier series. So unfortunate events for Graham, really unfortunate for Guardian. I'm still expecting to see Guardian with a top 15 after all that. Oh good, even YouTube tells you guys that I'm struggling on internet connection apparently. What do you got left for laps?
8 to go.
8 to go. I believe it to be JCR JWoww with JCR McLovin possibly clashing, and then Blaney running in 4th is what I'm seeing, with Robbie in 5th, Bad For You in 6th, this being for position. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I'm seeing, right? Blaney's P5?
Yep.
Alright, so I got JWoww, McLovin, and Clashing. They're both in front of... Who's... Huh. I can't tell who's between... Is Guardian still in 2nd?
Guardian's still in 2nd. Yeah.
Alright, so we got JWoww, Guardian, then McLovin, then Clashing, then Blaney. Dean Cook says on Cobra on Friday seemed that there was about 20 drivers that seemed they'd been away for about a year and a half. You know, it seemed like that. I'm not gonna lie. As a member of that race there for Cobra, there was some issues, but honestly, the first 80% of the race was really good, but late race cautions, and that's why we don't do them here in the C group. To me, it's equivalent to the Cobra style, right? You get a late race caution, and you're just gonna have a bunch of drivers driving in over their head, and to each their own. Cobra has a lot of talent. They have some of the better drivers. The GTR group, they're all over there. We've all seen the GTR group as some of the most talented in the game. Oh, I just seen the 9. I believe that to be Denke. He spun out. Pro 75 plays officials. The one of old Johnny Boy. Those guys are all out of the race here. Can't say I expected to see those drivers out of here. Ooh, Denke still wrecking in that number 9. Low bow tie. He's out of the race. Trying to find our race leader. There he is as we're coming to 3 to go. Pro 75, mad at McLovin.
That's probably understandable.
I mean, McLovin, right, the JCR group, they are really good. It looks like what probably happened there, Pro 75 going a lap down, McLovin probably trying to push the issue to move forward as he is sitting in third. That tends to happen. As I'm seeing Tiller, you're on the screen. 2 to go, I believe, for the leaders, and here in about a lap and a half, you might be able to take a picture of yourself in front of JWoww and say you won this race, or battling it out for the race win.
I will battle to stay on the lead lap right here. I promise you that.
I'm not gonna lie, JWoww's got about a 2-second lead, so if I was you, there's no reason not to battle to stay on the lead lap, because if he laps you, you don't have that extra lap to try to hope somebody crashes or pass him. If he does pass you, you're done. Should be the white flag for this 24 of JCR. JWoww is back. Is he going to push the issue, or is he going to let the 6 race? This really tells a lot about a person, right? So the 24 has no reason to pass the 6. The 6 is going to want to fight the 24 to stay on the lead lap, because if somebody crashes or runs out of fuel or something like that, the 6 can still make up positions. Whereas the 24, all he's going to do at this point is he's going to finish the race off for, whether the 6 behind him or in front of him, it doesn't matter to the 24. He's got a huge gap over second place. And the 24 actually respectfully chose to not even really, I don't believe he even tried to pass you there, Tiller. I think he was trying to push you.
He tried to, but he kind of realized that I was going to pinch him all the way up if he did. So, which I wasn't going to pinch him into the wild, but I kind of crowded him a little. And
well, you know what I'm saying, right? Like I feel like he was going to try to make a pass, but then when he realized it might be hard, he decided to just fall in line. And JCR JWoww is your race winner, 2 in a row here tonight. JCR, the only other person to go 2 in a row on a Sunday night is the other JCR driver, which is McLovin. But we're going to have JWoww followed by Guardian, followed by McLovin, if I believe. Or if I am correct.
You've got JWoww, McLovin, Clashing, back to you.
Oh, what happened to Guardian at the end?
Guardian, back.
So, JCR top 3. Ugh, that's hard to bear with. I have to talk to 3 JCR drivers. Alright, well, no interviews here tonight. No, I'm just playing. Oof. All of a sudden, I'm wishing like you to taken out one of them or something. I'm clearly I'm just joking. You know, I say each and every week, and to each their own on how you feel, whether you believe what I say or you just take it in one ear and out the other. But JCR Group is no joke. These guys really are some of the faster drivers in the game. And
yeah, JWoww run in that 24-hour race with Nate last night.
Yeah, I mean, and so did McLovin. Actually, these guys they come and join.
Both of them did.
Yeah. Clashing not only did he race finish in the top 3, but he had the fast lap of the race. JWoww second fastest, Bad For You third fastest. So the JCR Group they got Las Vegas figured out. We'll see if these guys join or not, but yeah. Taylor, you can stick around and you can ask some questions if you want to for the broadcast. Per usual, it's always a blast having you up here. Do you know where Wasted finished in comparison to where you finished?
I do not.
Hey, McLovin, I'm assuming that's
Yes,
you
sir.
in the background that has a TV or something in the background. Can you turn that down and turn that interview?
There you go.
Yeah, appreciate it. Waiting on Clash, and then we'll go ahead and get to the interview. Do you know if Clashing's going to join?
We do not know.
All right, good talk, guys. Oh, all right, you did answer.
I
There's
think he's
Clashing.
coming in.
All right, let me try to find that ugly 51 car.
Hey, that's the best looking Honda you've ever seen.
I mean, Hyundai. It don't even matter. Listen, so Clashing P3 tonight. Honestly, I didn't even know you were sitting in the top 3. You got third, right? Or are you the one that got second?
I got third.
All right, so I'm talking to the right guy then. So, JCR drivers, there's 3 of you in the field tonight. You finished P3. JCR as a group takes P1, P2, and P3. How does it feel to be the slowest of the JCR drivers?
Well, it normally doesn't happen like that, but
you know I'm just messing with you, of course. You know I'm just messing with you, of course, bud. But
Yeah.
had to bring that up. No, all in all, I know you guys you guys not only work as a group in sliders, but also you guys build and form really good custom setup setups period, right, for your guys' group on the slider side. I know you guys have, or custom side, I know you guys have it developed and gone to the iRacing, and you guys did some 24-hour racing last night and stuff like that. But all in all, coming back here to the slider side, I talk about it every week that I see you guys. JCR is not just some of the best in GC sports or this league or that league. They're some of the absolute best in the game, and to be able to talk to the three of you guys after a race, it's an honor, and congratulations on a podium finish.
Thank you. And not all of us know how to build setups. Just saying.
No, McLovin gets you all setups, and then he runs them. I understand.
Yeah,
Whoa. You might be talking
Hey,
with the wrong JCR driver.
Yeah, I'm the only guy who doesn't have a setup here.
Nah, but so question, you were running up front most of the night.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, I seen you running. You and McLovin were both running kind of in the further back throughout the pack. And what I mean by that is the top three kind of broke away. You guys were all battling for 4th through 10th. Was your mindset to fall in line and work with those guys, or were you kind of like, well, the flow is these guys are racing, let me just go ahead and try to be the guy in 4th?
I almost had myself cleared to stay in JWoww's draft, but then I fell back, and I had a little bit of technical problems with lag, so I didn't really want to just ram my way up through there and just ruin some people's races. So I just rode around, got by them, and then McLovin caught me because I made a few mistakes, and then I decided to just let him go and then just ride in his draft to see if we can make up any time. And that's really what helped me get 3rd.
All right, so you were lag spiked in the field per usual, typical clash in the internet, and
Yep.
you ended up getting. I'm just playing, of course. Per usual, man. It's always a blast having seen you up here, and actually, I think that you've ran more of these races than either of the other two JCR guys. So even though you finished 3rd, you're actually higher up in points, which is here at GC Sports. That's what does all the talking is points, and so therefore you're higher up in points than these guys are. So congratulations, man.
Yeah, that's surprising because I have the busiest schedule, but thank you.
Yeah, man. Tiller, you got anything for clashing here?
No. Just a good race by all 3 of those JCR cars for sure. They were definitely the class of the field.
All right, going to go to the worst driver in all of NASCAR Heat 5, the trash can himself, JCR McLovin. Good run out there tonight. I don't know how it happened. Apparently Clashing used his lag button, took out the field, and you ended up with a P2 out of that.
Yeah, really good run. Again, I was kind of misqualifying, and then started pretty much dead last, and I had a guy in front of me on the start and actually not go at all, so I fell a few seconds behind the second pack. So to come back and finish second's really good. I believe drove it from, I don't know, wherever. How many cars were in the field tonight, Taddy?
27, you started 25th.
Yeah, so I started 25th. We got to the first pit cycle, was able to get back up there and get the P15. Stayed out a little bit longer than some of those other guys that have the fresh tires for that second run. Came back out, I believe I was about still 15th or 16th. Was able to drive through, catch up to the pack Clashing was in. We worked our way through that, and then once I stopped making mistakes and got up to him, he was courteous enough to let me by. And at that point, I think we had driven our ways up to like 6th or 5th, right, Clash?
Yeah.
And from there, it was just he kind of rode there and tried to help me get up there, but we weren't really gaining any time. Went in, rode it, took the fuel all the way down again so I could have the freshest tires for the last 12, 13 laps. Took a can of fuel or whatever it was, and just drove my butt off. I think me and JWoww and Clash could have had a good battle if we all started towards the front, but it was a good win by JWoww, good sweep of the night, and like you said, good 1, 2, 3 for JCR, and I'm glad we could just show these boys it's not just all about setups. Sometimes talent matters.
Yeah, well, I mean, if talent mattered, then you wouldn't have got a podium. But so listen,
Wow.
you wrote me earlier and you asked about on the setup side. You said, is this fuel strategy or is there mandatory pit stops, right? And so I said that I mandate the 2 stops because it's 30 laps to the tank. You had 67. We only allow 5 laps of saving, right? So therefore, via the rules, you had to make a second stop. So if it was a fuel strategy, do you think it would have been harder on you in the slider side than the custom? Like, I guess what I'm asking at is, so if the fuel strategy ended up being a play in the custom side, do you think that would have changed how you were able to drive in the slider side, or like did it help that you were able to race wide open in both?
Oh well, I mean, anyone with talent knows you're not wide open around Vegas, but
Well, no, that's not what I mean. I don't mean wide open like driving the track wide open.
I just had to take a shot back after what you just said, all right?
Right.
But no, in the custom side, if it's a fuel thing, like especially if me being on a controller when it comes to the console, having that option to switch to gear really would have helped me compared to. I think I know what you're saying. Like if it was presets and we had the same fuel strategy, it would have been a lot harder to save fuel compared to someone with a shifter. Or with
well, no, actually, all right. So I think you have it messed up, right? So
okay.
if fuel were to have come into a play in the customs, you would have had to have run 2 separate races. Does that make sense? Like in the custom side, you would have been saving the fuel, whereas the sliders, you know you're not going to save it on a controller, especially, right? Because it's that much harder.
Oh
to
yeah,
save.
if
So,
that was the case, I would just push it on controller.
But running the custom side, it probably helped you with a strategy on the slider side, right? Like, okay, I ran this many laps, I had fresher tires, I was able to, right?
Exactly.
So that's where I was getting at with that. Was kind of.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're right. Running that custom race definitely gives you a idea of what you'll be able to do and not do in the preset race.
All right, man. Well, McLovin, you know that I hate to love you, but all in all, P2, the JCR group swept it. There's only been 2 drivers in GC Sports history to now sweep both C group races. One of those was a McLovin, you yourself, Trash Can Panda, and the second was now JWoww. So you're not even the most recent guy to do it anymore. So, but being a teammate, that's got to feel good. And again, congratulations, man. You know I love to give you shit, but at the end of the day, you're one of the best on the game, and really appreciate you coming out here to run for GC Sports.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
All right, now to get to a man with actual talent, JWoww. You got a copy?
Yep, you got me.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, after running the custom race, then you qualified really well here for the slider side. You had to feel confident going into this race that you had one of, if not the car to beat. Real quick, go over how the car responded to your changes. Again, we did run customs. You won the customs, then you run the sliders. Typically, when somebody does that, the slider side runs a little tighter and it's a little bit harder to handle. Were you dealing with any difficulties of that throughout the race, or were you running a loose enough slider that it felt pretty comfortable the whole race?
No, I was actually racing a tighter slider, so at the end of the runs I was actually being more safe on the safe side instead of getting real loose at the end of the runs, and especially after I put it in my setup. I was still kind of tight after the first pit stop, but that was just all trying to be safe and still just pull away from the field. The last 12 laps was just sprint to the finish, just like last race.
Yeah, did you feel it seemed like you were pitting later than the rest of the competition? Was that designed, or were you just kind of running in your head, you just decided I'm going to run my tank empty and then I'll pit and have the freshest tires on the track?
Well, that's one of the good things about running a tighter slider is you can run the car dry, and some had to pit because the tires were wearing out. But I guess you're at an advantage of both customs and sliders if you run it dry, because you're not going to expect a caution to come out at the end because there's no cautions on. So the longer you get a shorter run at the end, you could run the first 2 runs longer and you'll just get better advantage at the end. So that's what I try to use. I always like to stay out. I prefer staying out all the time so I can get the faster car at the end.
Yeah, and honestly, you're one of the better at the pit strategy. I know over in Nascar, you're one of the top competing drivers in all of Nascar. And again, every time you step foot on the speedway here at GC Sports, aka Giggity, aka Cringe, you've always been one of the top competitors. Again, I can't speak highly enough about. I talk about it every week. JCR, you guys are no joke. You guys really have your shit together, and you guys are a force to be reckoned with when it comes console racing. And you proved last night even that you guys are a force to be reckoned with on the iRacing side. So, again, congratulations for me and the whole league. Really, I really hope you guys can stick around and make some more races this season and be eligible for the Upper Series next season, and show top dog / pro league drivers what's up and how to race without that title.
Yeah, I'm more excited about the 1-2-3 finish than I am for the win because I'm more of a team guy and I just want to see all my teammates to be successful, and because we started this team from the ground up, and just proud of my guys come finish 1-2-3.
Yeah, unfortunately, GC Sports has to forever be known as a race that you guys were able to finish 1-2-3. Luckily for you guys, I wasn't on track to be able to break that up, but no, I'm just playing, of course. Again, congratulations, man. And Tiller, you got anything for these guys, or is this going to be just good run by the JCR guys?
Yeah, just a good run by y'all guys. I mean, y'all have it figured out. That's all I can say, really. you pretty much covered it all, Cody.
All right, man. So for myself, I'm your CEO and league owner here for GC Sports. This has been your C night, customs and sliders, both races won by the same guy. That sucks. Also, what sucks is that's the most winningest number in all of GC Sports. Number 21 now has 19 wins in GC Sports history. So definitely the most dominant car is that Matt DiBenedetto, number 21. Apparently he deserves a ride in Cup. So tune in tomorrow. Again, there's multiple stuff going on. We 100% support Fueled Up Racing with the Money League that's going on tomorrow night. They start their season off at Daytona. That's on sliders. Even though it's Custom Setup League, they're starting on sliders. And then, of course, we have our B slider group going on tomorrow night, as they have one race remaining before the playoffs start for them. So tune in to both. Both should be really exciting, and there's a little break in time frame that you can actually watch both. So from everyone here at GC Sports, the JCR group dominating the slider race, Tiller being my in-race reporter, I thank you for that. We're going to wish you a good night and hope to see you this week later on through our broadcast. Thank you.